Let's see what I can do. Oh, I'm back. It's pretty quick, but I'm back anyway. I asked Matthew, who's a friend of Chrissy's, if I may attempt to paint his painting. And he said, go ahead, give it a shot. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Don't know what's going to happen. We will see. So let's get ourselves up here. Don't have any volume, so I don't know. I just gotta make sure that I'm talking. Yeah, I guess I'm talking. So nobody really knows I'm on, I guess, but that's okay. It's a stealth mode. So he took this beautiful, beautiful picture, and I don't have it in front of me. I have volume. Thanks, Anthony. Anyway, he took this beautiful picture and of this walkway, and I kind of drew it in my own style, like usual. Surprise. And I'm going to just quickly tape off this part of it because, oh, nothing like throwing your easel on the floor. Because I want to make sure I get this perspective pretty close. And I'm not going to worry about all this because I will deal with that stuff after. And I got to move this mic clip because otherwise I'll be making that rubbing sound all the time and it'll drive me crazy. So this time I'm going to try to relax a little more. I kind of melted down earlier and stressed myself out over realistically nothing. I do not have his picture in front of me. I just know there was a lot of background browns and stuff in the background. So we're going to go ahead and kind of make it all disappear a little bit. Put some strange colors in here. Got to make it so I can still see my trees. I'm just really covering up my white paper with a few tones in there, you know. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't have to be crazy. This is paper, so I can get away with a lot more stuff than, say, somebody painting on canvas can. I wasn't going to paint again today, but I decided that, you know what, I need to get right back in that. Right back in there and start doing it again real quick. So, I guess it's back on the horse, as they say. Just a touch of water to it. We'll see how this comes out. Dark up there. I gotta go a little bit lighter on the top up there, just a touch. Just a little bit. Don't want to put too much white in it, but alright, let's grab a little bit of the raw umber. Put that a little darker down here. Just a touch of, it's actually called chocolate bar. A little bit of yellow. Put some white in it, just a little bit with the yellow. And it's not going to look completely like his Oh, I just completely changed the tone of what I was doing here. That's the wrong color. That's alright. That'll work. I can live with that. That's not quite as translucent of a color as the other one is, but I'm just painting to kill some time, Anthony, and I'll try to make myself feel a little better about this morning. I was completely beside myself how that painting came out. I'm really hard on myself, so let's go ahead and I think I might have dried a bit too much. Of course, I don't have any type of medium in there at all, so let's just kind of make that kind of go do its thing a little bit. Now, I've got that all set. That's up there, that's in there, that's pretty much there. I didn't get carried away about making it super, super intense. And we'll take this piece of tape off for railing number 1. I'm going to try to reuse this piece of tape. Sometimes that comes back to bite me. It probably will this time too. There. Now we feel. Uh-oh, easy now. Yeah, that never happens. All the time. Just gotta use your tape a little bit soft. Now, Michael may or may not be here watching. Or Matthew, I'm sorry, Michael. I don't know why I said Michael. I apologize, Matthew. My brain's in left field right now. Anyway. So, let's see, tree. Let's go ahead and add color right here. Now, I could have been energetic and done this like Anthony did the other night and spent quite a while taping up my stuff. I probably should have, but it would have been a lot easier. But we'll go ahead and do it this way. That's a tree. There's a little something right here. There's some branches in there, but we'll go ahead and throw a little something in here. Of course, this railing's nice and dark, so it'll be able to cover quite a bit anyway. And there's that one. That one's got a tree in it. That one's the end. That one's got a tree in it. Hi, Chrissy. Nice guy, aren't I? I talked to him. I asked him if he minded before I started this. I want to make sure he didn't care. And it's not going to be exactly like his anyway, because I don't have that picture in front of me. But thank you for sharing. And this is just the real lazy man's method of painting this. It really is. I should take my time and do every single solitary little spot, but and then pick exact colors, and the thing about somebody else's paint or photograph, and I do it with my own, especially my own. I like to reinterpret what I see, but yet still hold true to what the actual photograph was, That's crazy. Gotta remember where my slats are, though. Tree. Painting. Paint. Here. I think that's a little too yellow. Gotta turn it just a touch on the chocolate side. And we want some in here. And I changed it a little bit because, excuse me for 1 second. Because I want to make sure that I leave some room for somebody else to interpret it a different way. Because when you copy exactly, then, somebody else wants to work on it. It kind of makes it hard for them because they're, And let's see, there's one there. Tree comes down. Got that line up just a hair too high. That's all right. Because these all turn a dark color, so I'm not too worried about it. And I really just paint. No, I'm good. Hi there. Pulled that tape a little fast. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put these a little bit right here, and I gotta switch brushes though, because I gotta have a brush that I can use. This shouldn't take me too long, guys. The baby is here, but she's taking a nap with her nana, so. And the background's not really the color that's. See what you get, Anthony, for watching me paint? Now you start getting all these little sound gremlins. I've done that, huh, Chrissy? Had a whole conversation with just me. It's great. I love talking to myself. I'm sorry to hear that, though. That'd be terrible. Do that again. I don't ever want to do that again. That's why I check every time I come on, because I'm so paranoid now. Now this is going to be almost watercolorish. And I can do that only because I'm painting on paper. Like I say all the time. I gotta get that just a touch darker on the bottom. See, Chrissy, I don't have the picture in front of me, so I don't really know exactly what it looks like. It's another one of those paint by memory things. Oh, that was close. That was almost a near miss. Get a little different color right there. $40 though. Oh, that's a long time, Anthony. Can you dub the sound in after? I mean, that's a pain. 40 minutes of dubbing over. Whew, that's a lot, actually. Of course, the nice thing is you can always just go in and say, well, okay, this is this, and you can always throw music in it. Leave action going in there. Tree. I'm not going to play with this side yet. Grab a different paintbrush, a smaller one. Pop you out of the water. So one of the problems with this YouTube thing here is that I can't tell if anybody other than who says something is watching, so I don't know if anybody else is here or not. Slot. It's a big tree that goes up right there, though. There's a tree right here, but there's... Yeah, I was going to, but I like to, number one, I don't have the ability to look at a picture and paint because I use my computer to film down here. I'm not upstairs, and I use my phone to talk with you guys. And I really like to give it a go anyway. You know? It's just a bit more challenging that way. I mean, why not? What is the worst that could happen? My big emphasis is on this walkway. That's what I want. I want to make sure I get this walkway right. I want the perspective to be right. And then we'll deal with everything else after. That's really what I'm working on, this perspective. A little dark right there, I think. I don't really totally remember. But must be getting late for Haswina. She's been up a long time. Stripe, tree, come down right there, like that, tree right there, snow, 2, 3, let's try right here. Let's add just a touch of yellow to that. For right here. Get my brush cleaned off. Bonfire night. Not around here. You light a bonfire up around here, and in the neighborhood I live in, you'll have about 12 fire trucks sitting next to your house. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. They're not really friendly about it either. Slat, tree, slat, big tree, bigger opening, bigger brush. Is she okay? I'm sorry. That was kind of weird because I'm live and I'm talking to people at the same time. One of the people that is in one of the pages I follow, which is Chrissy's, has been fighting some battles, and I just like to make sure people are okay. Typing. It'd be a lot easier and quicker if I tape this off and stop being lazy and get a piece of tape back out, but yeah, would have spent 6 years doing this otherwise. Piece of tape. Piece of tape. Put it on my shirt. In case you're wondering, yes, I have handlers right now, but this is more of a reference. That's more of a reference. Allows me to go a little quicker. And I do take that tape and stick it on my shirt before I stick it on this paper when I'm doing this. If I need a hard edge to something to tape so nice, and like when I taped the outside edges, which hard to believe I didn't do, but I keep it nice and clean. But if I'm taping inside for a quick temporary tape job, I will rub it on my shirt to get a little lint on it. And that way, it's not quite so sticky. I think you said something about fireworks. Yeah, they're legal here. It's one thing you can do. They don't want you to burn anything, but go ahead and try to set the world on fire with your fireworks, so that's fine. It's kind of weird. And I can they have a hissy fit about fires, but you know, I could strap my gun to my hip and walk down the street if I want to. The only time we do that is when we're going to the firing range. Oops, I said the bad word. I'll probably get in trouble for that word. I'm an artist. I was simply stating fact. Yeah, that's it. I can't see you guys. I'm sorry. I can't talk. Got my mouth full of fingers. This is good show. I have glasses on. I can't see that far. Yeah, I'm getting old, so I spent 2.5 hours today playing with Alexis. My wife had an appointment, my daughter had an appointment, so they left the little crazy kid with me for a couple of hours. And boy, did we play everything. We played Dolly, we made a tent in the middle of the living room, we played Tea Party, and there's some odd shapes in here because this is supposed to be leafy, blah, blah, blah. Hi, Madonna. I'm back. See what happens when you don't lock your doors. See, you thought you got rid of me earlier. And by the way, guys, I'm running on Strictly. Oh, wait, I gotta show you. Not a sponsor, nothing like that. This is Mountain Dew. But this is the new Mary Mash Mountain Dew. Oh my lord, I'm sorry, I just meant. It is cranberry pomegranate. And we're talking serious, beautiful flavor. Come on, cranberry pomegranate together. One drink. Yeah, I know. I'm like the crazy uncle you can't get rid of at Thanksgiving. You know, no matter how hard you try, it just doesn't go away. I'm not worried about any repercussions from that because my uncles don't watch my art painting at all. They like it, they just don't watch it. Alright, let's pull these off and get them out of here. Now that looks like a crazy mess, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to take these, and in the background there were some super deep trees. And I probably should have left that one so you goofy. Let's see. That's the farthest one. That's the nearest. That's next. This is the nearest right here. So let's go with the back one first. Let's get that one done and painted. We'll paint the bottom after. Let's make sure we got our tape straight. Now I'm gonna go with more of a raw umber with a bit of red, and I'm gonna add quite a chunk of bright yellow. And I don't want it the same color as the background. So we're gonna super lighten this with some white, and we'll see what happens. Nope, same color. Let's go with darker. Let's add a touch of blue to it. See what happens. Oh yeah, nice gray. Let's go with the gray. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah. Not quite there, but pretty close. Let's get this color on first. And these are really rough bark trees, so I'm not super worried about them. And I may even come back to these trees later and do a little bit more work on them. Because I just started painting this tree. And my batteries are running out. Oh, I'm not on my camera. That's the computer, but I'm actually plugged into a medical unit right now, and I just realized the batteries are getting low. But let's just rub that in there so it kind of blends all the way over. Hey, Matthew. It's not going to be exactly like yours, but you know, that'll give you room to do what you want with yours, and I don't feel like I'm stepping on you that way. It's just the basic ideas. You can see how it aims right for this point right where this tape is. You can actually put tape on it, and it'll go right to that middle. Every single thing here goes to that center point. It's in the distance. And then what I did was I drew it all with a pencil, took my eraser, and I erased the middle. So my walkway opened up, and then I added the last two poles. But that way, you save yourself a lot of time trying to figure out where it ends and the little gap. That way you can just take out the stuff that's not needed after. And I don't mind. I love painting. I will, to be honest, I'll answer any question you ever have. And pretty much anybody that knows me knows, like, well, I don't hide anything from people. This is what it is. This is me. I am who I am. Beautiful pictures, though, man. Super beautiful. I'm a photographer. It's really what my passion is. I've taken I actually have a lot of them online at a different place, but somewhere upwards of 20,000 photographs in the last 6 years. I think it was 6 years. 1913. Yep, 6 years. So I got a few photographs out there. Just a couple. And this is watercolor paper, so this is different than using an acrylic canvas. It's a little more forgiving because you can do a little bit with it as far as water level goes. Painting on canvas, you gotta be a little more precise. And I'm sure you're talking, and I will look down. I will. Yeah, nothing better than pictures, man. Drives people crazy. Which, that's just an added plus. You take enough pictures and people start going, oh no, it's that guy with the pictures. That means you've taken enough pictures, and it's always fun to start annoying people. Chrissy, did you see that Eddie Stobart closed one of their depots? They built a brand new one, but they closed one of their old ones. In case anybody's wondering, it's a trucking company. And there's a quick tree. I know that branch goes this way a little bit. This branch goes over, this one comes up, and we're going to go branch right there. So that branch is going to come this way. And then we're going to go up this way just a touch. Maybe a little something out there. Oops, got to do that just to curve just a little bit. And then afterwards, we'll add all those small, fine little branches that come off everything and go all over the crazy place. And oh, I know. I like being crazy. I don't know about you guys, but that just makes who I am. $10 of watching me, and you guys are ready for tea and crumpets. I'm sorry. I had to. Chrissy, I had to. I'm sorry. I just had to go there. It's all love. It's all love. This is just yeah, they closed it down because they moved into a bigger new building. And in case anybody's wondering, I watched this TV show about trucking in Europe, Scotland, England. It's funny watching them trying to get those big trucks around London. They use the proverbial S word an awful lot. sabotage with the word whole and a few other. Colorful language, let's just say. But anyway, I am. Why don't I just do this instead of reaching across? What color I'm using for the background? Cool. This is actually raw umber. Just regular bright yellow. This one's actually cadmium yellow. I have cad yellow, raw umber. I have a little bit of cheap Walmart apple barrel paint. This color is actually called chocolate bar. It's a really cool brown red. I like it because it does stuff. And then I'm adding a touch of white and a little bit of Mars black. Just every once in a great while, I'll throw a little bit of the phthalo blue in it, just to see this little dark area. This is a little bit of blue tint, just to give the color a little bit of a dark shade. I try to use a blue instead of a black, just because it gives it, with the brown, it gives it still a tint of brown yellow color, but it doesn't. It's like this one, I accidentally hit black in it, and you can see brown, black, dark. But this is behind that tree, so it's okay. It's not going to kill me. But yeah, I like using. Easy now. And tree. And then we got these little spots in here that need a little bit of color. And that's not the right color. Thank you for using the wrong color. And that's pretty small in there, so we're going to have to go grab a smaller paintbrush. Hello, where are you? Oh, there you are. Quick rinse, lay on top. Oops, that one's still got yellow in it. And another piece of tape bites the dust. That's the problem when you're paying attention to everything else and then you go to grab something and you proceed to stick your tape to your body. Let's see, we got a nice dark right there. Got a nice dark line right here. Come down. Got to lighten it on the other side, but oops, let's get you over here. Just a touch of water, don't need a lot. Need more than that. I say I don't need a lot, and then I need more. So add a little blue, add a little bit of blue to my umber, so I get a little kind of a gray, a little bit of a gray color. Let's go ahead and pull that down. I want to pull toward that way because the bark is going to come from the outside and kind of work its way toward the middle. It sounds counterintuitive because it's growing from the inside out, but what it does is bark will actually strain water to the middle. Hey, listen, I don't have a wife, all right? No, I spent a lot of years just reading. My mom was a wonderful lady, but we had to read a lot. Oh, sounds like the baby just woke up. And you don't have to get carried away with these parts, because this is a tree. You know that there's something there. You're coming down and you can still see the tree in the background behind it, but you're going to do that post and rail You know, these rails, these posts, I think I actually might have painted the wrong one in here, but that's okay. We'll just make them a little odd, that's all. Put a little bit in here. And you just want people to know that it's there, but you don't have to get carried away with making it beautiful and perfect right there. Kind of a nice thing about this paper is you can really paint almost like a watercolor, where you just need to make people look at it and go, okay, that's what that is. And then, or if they get a magnifying glass out, they can so you are too funny. We all know how I do with we're not talking to me. You're definitely not talking to me about putting any animals on my painting. You got to be talking to Matthew, because I know he can paint animals way better than my squirrel turned into it. I mean, my cat turned into a squirrel. And what's sad is my 2-year-old granddaughter's the one that told me it was a squirrel. I was thinking cat, big fluffy tail, Angora, Persian type cat. Nope. Grandpa, squirrel. Squirrel. And she tells it like it is, so who might argue with her? Okay. So pretty much this is it. We got that down there. We got this one. This is the end. Go this over. Bring this over here. Like so, nice and dark down there, because that's way down the bottom of the picture. And like so. And voila, one tree. Now I got 2 more trees in here, and I saw that in his picture, there's tons and tons of little trees, and a couple big ones, and then one that comes across like this. I think carefully when it went across. For me, it kind of really detracted of what that beautiful. This is really what I want to paint. This right here. And I may not get it all today, because I can hear the small person upstairs making noise, so this may have to be paint a little bit today and then finish up tomorrow morning. But at least we can get it started today and get an idea of what the basic drawing is. Just do the bridge. You're saying that you don't want me to do the trees, Matthew? Is that what you're saying? No, actually I don't. I don't gesso or prime my canvases, my watercolor paper, unless, of course, I'm making clouds, in which case I paint basically craft white on the top, or blue with white in it, or whatever cloud color I'm doing, and I'm using those base colors to put stuff on top of, and then I paint really wet on wet. This dry stuff for me is pretty unusual. As you all know, I like to paint wet on wet. This is turning into really close to a watercolor painting, which is kind of really cool. What are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys are talking about pins and hardware again like you were this morning. Oh, be nice. You guys know that I sport a ton of hardware, right? Probably not as much as Sweeney does, but C5, 6, and 7 is all titanium plate. My neck is all fused. 26 total screws between both shoulders, biceps, tendons, and neck. So yeah, you guys start talking hardware and I start getting all these little flashbacks. Alright, Matthew, we're just going to tape up this one. Now, this is, as you can see, this is this is purple tape. You guys probably see green and all kinds of other colors. This stuff is actually a automotive painter pinstriping tape. It's a very soft tape. It's not super tacky. So yeah, cool. You can change the subject if you want. Now, if I remember right, the top of the upper rail was pretty light. Can you remind me, Matthew? Was it really light on the top or a little darker? Because we're gonna go light to dark in my rails, and then we'll deal with the posts after. I probably should deal with the right direction though. I was just thinking that. I said that, and the instant I said it, I realized I was painting them the wrong way. I actually want to paint my posts first, not my rails, because the rails go over the top of the posts and they are on the back of them. So we want to paint upright before we paint across. I'm going dark. Let's go dark. Let's go dark with a red tint. Let's make it a red. Wow, there's people here that I don't ever see here. You guys are gonna mess me up. Don't make me nervous. Yep, there's the baby. And I will hear any minute now come upstairs. Did you guys hear that bang? That was my dog dropping a bone on the floor. I know there, Chrissy. She's gonna be mad I'm not upstairs. We'll see how long I can paint before I get asked to come upstairs. Although my son is here, so he can play with his niece. Now I'm just roughing these in with a little bit of darker color. It's a kind of a dark red. We'll grab a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow, and everywhere at the bottom of these there's going to be light, but at the top there's not going to be much light because of the, and I know a lot of you here already know that, but I'm just talking to general. And I don't teach. You know that. I don't teach much. Yeah. That was funny. Grandpa not upstairs. Yeah, no work, Grandpa. Somebody's looking for me. Now we'll go a little dark up here. Pull down the dark from the top. We don't want to make a line. Just a touch more of the raw umber to it. And we'll see what that looks like. Oh, all the time. But there's a tree right here. Oh, heck, if I don't get confused on having a good day, that's kind of a rarity. Now, very carefully tape the next section down. Don't push that down. Whatever you do, you push that down, you're going to push it on top of your paint. Now, if you notice, I lined up my colors on the bottom. If you notice, I didn't line up my colors on the bottom. Off by one. And back to where it goes. Kind of lined them up. Anyway, that tells me that's the first one. Keep that tape. Why, does Anthony need it? Sorry, Anthony. I had to, man. Chrissy made me. Jeez. You see that by abstract painting. Abstract painting. What? The bottom of your bridge, Matthew, I noticed was pretty red. You can actually go with like a barn color. You can go like, this is Spice Berry. I like these just because I can mix these to heavy body paints and it works kind of like water. Thins out my paint a little bit, but yet still leaves a pigment in it. I really use these not so much as a color on canvas or as I do on watercolor paper. This is kind of like watercolors to me. It's acrylic. But this is Spice Berry, and it's a very red. Yeah, why don't we do it on the one that's got a glove? And we're trying to show you something and they won't come out. Give me half a second. Can you guys see that? Alizarin crimson. Bright red. Bright red. Super bright. The brown I was just playing with, the chocolate color. This is the berry color. It's not quite the brown chocolate, but pretty close. And this is the umber. You can actually take these colors and you can end up with almost the color that your bridge was. That red, brown. That red-brown color. The bottom of your bridge was pretty close to that color. The darker in spots, you're going to want, between these little lines right here, you're going to want a little bit darker and a little bit lighter. But every line where the joints come in, you're going to have a little bit of a shadow because the two joints are kind of overlapping. They're kind of doing this. So in between, you're going to have a shadow like in a cave. Those colors are easy to get. And you can actually make those colors up by using browns and reds. Mix up your colors. Put them on a palette. Take a piece of paper with your photograph. Cut a hole in the center of the paper. Put it over your photograph. Put a little color on it. Put it over your photograph. Change the color a little bit. Put it over your photograph. That way you can see your photograph through the center. And you can see the color next to it. And you go, oh, I think I need just a touch more yellow. So mix up a little bit of yellow. And then you check against your photograph again. I mean, I do that all the time. I painted this painting. I mean, this is a photograph. But I did that with this one where I kept setting stuff next to it and looking at what color these oranges and greens are, and I kept doing them over and over again, and the blues and the whites. This is actually the bay where I live, but that's how I paint my paintings. Some of them, if I paint from a picture. But yeah, guess what, guys? I've been summoned. I can't even finish my post here. I'm going to have to cut this short, unfortunately. As you all know, every single person that's here, family for me comes before anything I do. First and foremost, I take care of my family. It's not my job. It's my passion. So it's just what I'm supposed to do, As a human being, you're supposed to take care of the people that you love. So I am going to head off. And now I'm going, of course. We know that I have to. So I got to take this tape off because I can't leave it up here because this will definitely set up on my canvas. But anyway, Matthew, gives you kind of an idea, Pick your point. In your picture, your rails are way up in the corners. They came down. You can see this. This is still lots of... I didn't get fancy with your leaves. You don't have to. You're looking at a background. This is what you want to see. This brings you to the whole focus is your bridge. Everything in the background, it's like the potatoes under your gravy, man. You know what I'm saying? We love the potatoes, but let's face it, gravy. Anyway, I'm glad I could help a little bit. I'll try to get back to this painting as soon as I possibly can. But y'all take care. Yeah. Everything I have is covered in clear plastic wrap just because I tend to splatter. But thank you all. And as you all know, you guys watch me. Enjoy life. You just never know what happens. Take care. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for coming in, Matthew.